Hi there, my name is Eli, and welcome back to my channel, Draculasia. And in today's video, I am stoked because I am finally getting to unbox some of these new Monster High G3 dolls that just came out. I have three, okay? I have the new Fearbook Twyla and Toralei, as well as the new core Spectra VONDERGEIST, but because Spectra is a new character, I am just like really yearning to open her up. So she's gonna be the one I take a look at first, and then afterwards I'm probably gonna do Toralei and then finish it off with Twyla. And I'm so excited to have all these dolls. It took me a while to find good screenings for all three, but I will say I feel like Spectra has been the most egregious of the bunch. Like, she has terrible lips and eyes. Like, there's just been a ton of quality control issues for her lips. Sometimes her lipstick is like very translucent and not opaque all the way. And then also like the line work around the edge of the lip can be pretty patchy. So that's been a struggle. And then also her eyes as well. Sometimes the screening on them is a little patchy or they're placed too low and she looks kind of off. So it took me a decent while to find a Spectra that I was happy with, and I think she looks pretty good in the end, the one I picked out. I'm very happy that I found a good one, but it was a journey. It was a lot of effort. It wasn't just like I could stroll up to Target and pick her up off the shelf and leave. Like, actually, when I first found her, someone at Target was kind enough to grab her from the back for me, and he literally opened up the fresh brand new box in front of me using his keys, and he let me look through all four of the Spectras, all four, before anyone else had seen them, and literally all four were like bad. And when I say bad, bad is like subjective, and in my terms it was just not up to my standards. And if I'm going to be paying a retail price for a brand new doll, I kind of want them to be halfway decent. So I passed on her initially until I could find one that I liked. And I want to bring that up because I think that part is interesting about these dolls. I think like when I think back in the past towards certain dolls, like the QC is something that I remember, whether that's Rainbow High, Monster High, etc. It kind of builds into the lore of that doll for me and in my head. So it's an unfortunate thing for Spectra that her rollout's been a little bit rough around the edges, but I got a pretty one, so like I can't really complain. But I just want to mention it because if you are looking for her, do keep that in mind if you order online or something. I know she's available at Amazon as well, in addition to Target. I picked her up for $25, standard retail price, which is pretty fair. And I think she looks great. There's her box artwork with her custom name, Spectra VONDERGEIST, and her pet Ruin. We'll go over everything once I unbox her. And then there is the full body artwork. Ugh, so stinking cute. This is maybe the best artwork for G3. Like, I think she looks amazing. It's rare that the artwork kind of outsells the doll, but like, she's looking good. And then she is a scare-tastic ghost. Her must-haves are Phantom Nuggets and her Ghost Pepper Sauce, and then of course her pet Ruin. Okay, I'm super excited. I can't wait. I'm gonna unbox her and then we'll take a closer look. Okay, I've unboxed Spectra. I have her on a Rainbow High stand because I like to color code them for the core dolls. And for the brief, like 15 seconds I've held this doll, she is already so gorgeous. I like to display my ghost characters kind of like hovering, and I can't figure that out with the stand, so I'll try and figure that out later. For now, she is grounded, she is standing, it's fine by me, but I just am so obsessed with her. She's so beautiful, and I'm kind of shocked because I've never been like the biggest fan of Spectra. I feel like her character is just kind of like a little one-dimensional, and also like the ghost theming is a little bit like simple. They just kind of reference chains a lot, and it's still happening here with Spectra, whereas I feel like other characters have maybe more dynamic themes and motifs that they can play around with, like Twyla over here. So because of that, I've kind of never been a huge fan of Spectra, and her G1 counterpart is just like okay, but this doll already is just, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. We'll talk about everything she has to offer, the good and the bad, but right off the bat, first impression is I am just obsessed with her. Okay, now let's go over her accessories. So she has a backpack like all core dolls come with. Hers is fine, it's just purple, it says Boo. I actually thought that the core refresh Claudine, I feel like her bag was like a Spectra reject bag, so maybe I'll grab that later to compare and show you. But this backpack is in the shape of a ghost, has some little eyes, and it says Boo, translucent purple plastic. I don't mind the backpacks. I know some people think they should come with purses, but like this is their kind of like standard school look, So I think it's fine. I think it's fine. And then of course her pet Ruin, which is like a ghost ferret. I always wanted a pet fair as a kid, but if you didn't know this, in California, they are illegal as well as hedgehogs. I think it has something to do with like wildlife regulations. I actually don't know why they're illegal, but I just know that they are illegal. But I always was told that they smell really bad, so like, you know, maybe it's fine that I never got to own a ferret in the end. And then here are all of her accessories. Oh, the ghost nuggets just fell out of this. I like the new packaging. It's so easy to slide these accessories out. You can keep them like this or take them out, but we'll take them out. We have her glasses. These aren't my favorite. They're like a little tacky. They kind of remind me of like Lady Gaga's The Fame, where like she has like the smoke coming over the album cover. They're just a black translucent plastic. I think they'll look good on her. We'll try them on later, but we'll just stick them on the top of her head for now. Oh my God, she's out of focus. Come on, diva. And then I love this. She has a mason jar for her drink. It is in a pink translucent plastic with a purple lid. The lid does come off, which is kind of fun, I guess. And there's a little pink skelette on it. I think that's kind of fun and silly. I don't know. I feel like mason jars aren't in trend anymore, but like, who cares? And then she comes with her food item, which is her ghost nuggets and her ghost pepper sauce. Lots of puns and ghost related food items. If you remember, we got these in the like Draculaura Monster Fest food truck. And I was hyped for Spectra then. I'm hyped for Spectra now. And then to pair with your ghost nuggets, she has her ghost pepper hot sauce. Oh my God, come on, focus label. Let's see what you say. Does it say that? Yes. It says it, ghost pepper. It's very faint, but you know, she's got some hot sauce. I'll put in her little backpack like Beyonce, and then she'll be good to go. And then she is a technological expert because she comes with an iCoffin. What would you call the iPad version of an iCoffin? I don't know. I'll come up with the name. But yeah, she comes with like their version of an iPad, which I kind of live. Like, I'm an iPad toddler myself, so I love this accessory. It's a lot less fun though than her iCoffin because her iCoffin is glow in the dark and this gorgeous translucent blue. The case is so simple, but it's a little ghost with a little bow. I love this phone case. And then there's her phone. You know, she's got her little apps. She's listening to some tunes. It's cute. I love these. I love when the core characters come with the same type of accessories, like the pet, the backpack, the iCoffin. And so when you don't get that, it really upsets me. For instance, like the Hisfits 3-pack with Torlai, Meowlity and Persephone don't come with like a backpack or an iCoffin or a pet. And then Heath, because he was part of the Scared Eyes budget line, he didn't come with any of those things either. So for me and my brain and the way my mind works, it irks me. But I'm glad Spectra has all of those things because it just makes them feel so cohesive as a line together, you know what I mean? But that's all the accessories Spectra comes with. Now let's take a closer look at the doll herself. Okay, come on, Spectra. Come closer, come closer. Okay. Sometimes dolls like this, when they're super pale, they get washed out in the lighting. So I'm gonna play around with my lights real quick while we figure this out together because I don't want her like looking a hot mess in this video, which it might be the case. She might just be looking rough, but I'm working with it. I'm trying to fix her lighting. No, she still looks rough. She still looks rough. It's fine. It's not bad. It could be worse. It could be worse. Okay, so here's my screening. I think I got a decent one. Her cheekbones, chiseled, carved. Like, look at that face. The natural shadows on this sculpt are beautiful. Whoever sculpted this doll, you did your big one. Like, it is gorgeous. It stands out. I need like 5 more of this doll right now, like yesterday. And there you can see she's very monochromatic. I kind of like that. I like the purple lip, the purple brows, the purple eyeshadow, the purple eyes. Like, I love it so much. And I feel like, I don't know, sometimes they do weird choices with brows in G3. Like Laguna has, I think, blue eyebrows, but like blonde hair, which confuses me. So I feel like these are some of the better brows we've gotten in G3 and they make me really happy. Also, her little eye twinkles are in the shape of like a ghost mouth. Like, you know, imagine a ghost face that's like aghast, you know? It's super cute. I love her eyes. The blue color is gorgeous. And then she kind of has this very soft pink eyeshadow that is like smoked out. It's kind of like a salmony coral pink. And overall, I think her face is stunning. And I picked a good one, okay? It was worth all of the hassle and stress to find a face this gorgeous, because I want my first Spectra to slay. And she does come with some earrings. They are a key and a lock. We've seen this before on Twyla and like plenty of other dolls, but I still eat it up every time. It's gorgeous. A lot of her accessories are just kind of this like muted nickel-y gray silvery plastic, which is pretty easy for them, but like if you really pay close attention, you can kind of see that they're not all the same finish. Like even between the earrings, her little harness, and her headpiece, they're all like subtly a different shade. Like this is slightly more cool toned, this is a little bit more warm toned, and it's very subtle. If you don't have an eye for that type of thing, you probably won't notice it, and it's really not a big deal. It's really not a huge deal. She does come with this like chain crown piece that is T-tied to the sides of her head. I will cut these out because I like to wash my doll's hair, and her default hairstyle is this sort of like twist in the front that is tied back into a crown, so then her little headpiece can kind of nuzzle underneath there. It's not my favorite, and to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to keep this hairstyle or if I'm going to redo it. I kind of want to do something different for her, so we'll see. I might straighten her hair as well. Her box hair is a mess, but it's Saran. It is Saran, and it is the prettiest color blend. It's very, very reminiscent of the Halliday Claudine Wolf doll. Like it's got these beautiful shades of blue and purple. There's 2 shades of purple. Like it is just stunning. There's maybe 3 or 4 colors going on here. It's a very dynamic color blend, which I'm happy with, because, you know, they could have easily gone with just like a flat singular tone of purple. Like the Monster Fest Claudine, I love that doll. She's got gorgeous purple Saran hair, but it's just one shade of purple. Whereas this has like just so many different shades in it that it is really beautiful in real life. And the camera does not do this hair justice. It is just gorgeous. And if I were to do a custom reroute, this would be so hard to try and recreate and get to this exact color match. So thank God we don't have to do that, because it's Saran hair, thank goodness. And I want to say, a lot of people get frustrated with box hair like this because it is hard to manage and tame, but everyone collects differently, right? I'm not trying to say like my way is the only way and my way is the right way, but I really like dolls because it is both like a collecting community, but also a hobby, and how much you want it to be either of those things is entirely up to you. For instance, in the past, I used to collect Funko Pops. I know, can you believe it? And I don't collect them anymore in the degree that I did in the past. Like if I collect one, it's like a Halloween one and I'll unbox it. But like I was at Comic-Con and I didn't purchase a single Funko Pop, where in the past I probably would have tried to. Anyways, I bring that up because Pops, for instance, like when I buy a Funko Pop, I would have just kept it in its box or unboxed it and like that's it. Like I don't really do much with it. But dolls, some people unbox them and like this is it, right? They just put it on their shelf and they're happy and content. But if you so choose, you can enhance the doll and make it a hobby, right? Where you can wash the hair, redo the hairstyle, recreate the hairstyle, customize the accessories, do a face up. Like the options are so limitless, and that's what I love about dolls, is that hobby aspect of it, the creative aspect. So I see a lot of people give negative feedback towards Saran box hair, such as this. And I just want to implore and encourage you to attempt to fix it and get better and hone your craft when it comes to dolls. I know it's really easy to get discouraged because, you know, if you try something and you're not good at it right away, you don't want to try it again, because no one likes to feel bad at things, right? But like when I first started collecting dolls, I had no experience with doll hair. I was just fearless and I just tried, and I had tons of trial and error, and there's some doll hair restyles that I think look terrible, but it's okay because it led me to where I am now with all of the skills that I have honed and fine-tuned, right? So don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Play with your dolls. It's okay to put a doll hairstyle, redo it, do it again and redo it again over and over until you are pleased with it. Like I love the play aspect of dolls, and it is a lot more fun, let me tell you, to play with Saran hair than it is to play with polypropylene hair. So it does kind of break my heart a little bit every time people complain about bad box Saran hair, but like this is nothing. Y'all think this is bad? This is nothing, okay? This is easy. This is a blank canvas for you to work with. This should excite you. This should not upset you. And if it upsets you, hey, that's fine. That's your prerogative. But I'm just here sharing my 2 cents because like I'm so excited to wash this doll's hair and fix her up and make her look gorgeous. But that's my perspective. Okay, hair rant aside, I love her hair color. I love her hairstyle. Mine actually, wait, speaking of the hair, mine was kind of looking bald in some spots in the back, like if I was to really move her around. But I think just because, you know, it's the hairstyle. So I'm hoping once I take this hairstyle down, I can make it look gorgeous and perfect as I want it to look. But yeah, right off the bat, hair, makeup, 10 out of 10, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And moving on to her fashion, like it just keeps getting better. I think this is a really gorgeous style and silhouette. I love these puffy sleeves. I think they're attached to this little like bolero jacket piece. I'd have to take off this harness in the back, which looks actually surprisingly difficult. Like it doesn't look like there's any latches. You just have to kind of like take this whole thing off, which I will do later because I'm going to be washing her hair. So when I take off all of her accessories to wash her hair, I will show you kind of the construction more up close, but there's a little Velcro closure on the front here. The sleeves and this little purple Velcro part are all one piece. That kind of looks difficult to take off, but I think I'll be fine. And then she has this little romper. I don't think there's sleeves is my guess, because you know she has these sleeves. Yeah, there's no sleeves, and it has a really beautiful sweetheart neckline. Oh, and it's got this gorgeous like metallic foil kind of effect to it with this chain design, like this crisscross chain design throughout. It is beautiful. This whole outfit is just stunning. The fabrics and textiles are gorgeous, which I'm kind of shocked by because Catty had that little, her jacket was kind of like that shower curtain material, and I cannot stand that jacket. But this, I'm not mad at it at all. I love this kind of billowy, oh, there's a T-tie right here I need to cut. I'm like, why is it shaped like that? I love this kind of like billowing silhouette. It's very ghostly and it's fun, like for styling and movement. It's pretty good. And then this piece right here has also like a chain design on it, as you can see. Oh, it looks beautiful. Is that connected to this? Yeah. So if you were to take off this jacket, it would be the sleeves and this little like train in the back. But there's a lot of restyling potential, which I think is fun. It's fun to dress and redress your dolls and just take some pieces off and have a simpler silhouette. And then she does have this chain belt right here. These kind of have fun movement too with the ball and chain on the end of them. And then I'm pretty sure it's probably like a little mushroom closure in the back. Yeah, actually 2 of them. And then I think this romper just has Velcro as well. It does. Mine's not even secured all the way, but it's fine. And then moving on to Spectra's legs. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I think they're getting better at sealing the legs. I hope we don't have like a Laguna issue where these chip a lot, but I'm still going to be very cautious with them. And then we have her like ghost body. That's this like pale white that transitions to a translucent color. And I love that she has open-toed shoes. You can see her little ghostly feet. Her shoes are very reminiscent of her G1 counterpart, which I'll probably grab later so we can compare. But she has that huge like ball in the back for the heel and a lot of height on the shoe. Like it makes her extra tall, and they come with some elastic holding them secure. And that is everything Spectra has for fashion, and I think it's gorgeous. Like I'm obsessed with this look. I don't really have any desire to restyle her, switch anything around. Like she doesn't even need a necklace because this little jacket kind of is like a collar. You see that? Which is so beautiful as well. I love everything. And you don't even need to customize her. I've seen a lot of people paint her accessories with chrome. I might paint them with a silver paint just so they're all like consistent across the board. But like she feels, I think, like the most complete vision right out of the box. Like you don't really need to do much to her. Of course, for me, I'm gonna redo the hair. But like if you just kept her like this out of the box, she looks pretty good. Like she looks stunning. So I'm really happy. And then let's just see what her accessories look like, because why not? We're here. Okay, we'll throw those glasses on. Yeah, not good, not good. That's just ugly. But it's fun. It's fun to play with and try different things. And then there's her little backpack and her little pet Ruin. Would she hold Ruin? Like, can ghosts grab each other? I don't know the physics of ghost anatomy, but she's gonna be holding him today. Okay, there is Spectra. I am just obsessed with this doll, and I think it's just because I got a good face. Honestly, like when you have a pretty doll, you're just kind of like gobsmacked and just stunned by their beauty, and she is everything I wanted her to be. I really am just enamored with her. I'm so happy to finally have this doll. She took a long time to get released, but it was worth it. It was worth it. It's fun when things come and they're everything you wanted and more, and that's what I'm getting with Spectra. And don't come for me, but I think her G3 counterpart eats up her G1 counterpart, which, hey, that could be unpopular, but like I'm gonna stick with that opinion. It might be an early opinion I'm forming, but I'm sticking with it. Okay, now I'm going to do her hair because why not? You know, I have time. Let's just fix her hair up, and then I may or may not paint her accessories and just zhuzh her up, elevate her for my doll shelf, and make sure that she is looking stunning and gorgeous, like more stunning and gorgeous, because, you know, right now she looks good, but I like to customize my dolls and just give them a little bit of pizzazz and a little pop, you know? Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, I have Spectra in front of us. She is undressed because I washed her hair last night and did a boil wash, you know, detangled her. Her hair looks gorgeous. I love her hair so much. And as nice as it is right now, just kind of sleek and straight, this isn't what I want to keep it as. You know, it's just a little simple for right now. And I even took off her little like headpiece right here, as you can see. But I'm thinking of doing a fun hairstyle. My idea is to reincorporate the twists, but maybe do some like low pigtails, we shall see. So that's why I brought over these two dolls. I brought over Perla from LOL OMG because I really like her pigtails, and then she has this nice braiding details as well as these like swooping tendrils. I don't know if I'm going to recreate this hairstyle, you know, like a one for one, but I just think it's really, really pretty and intricate. So I'm just using her as sort of inspiration for right now. And then same thing with my Monster Fest Claudine. I restyled this Claudine and I love this restyle, and I kind of want to channel some of this energy again. I love these twists that drape and then meet in the back of her high pony. I really like the way they sit kind of on her face. So I kind of want to reference that as well and maybe try and fuse that, but instead of in a high pony, maybe like some pigtails. So that's the game plan for today. We shall see how successful I am. Maybe these dolls, you know, won't give me the inspiration that I need, and maybe the restyle for Spectra will take a complete 180, but this is kind of my starting point. So let's see where this takes us, and hopefully by the end, I'm just happy with the way Spectra's hair looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and let's see what we can do. So I want to attempt to show how I did Spectra's hairstyle today. I don't always show me actually restyling the hair. I usually just do it off camera and then I'll show the end results, but today I am trying to challenge myself and capture it on video. So yeah, let's hope it turns out well. But I decided I do want to give Spectra back her twists that come out of her center part. I think it's kind of cute and I want to try and recreate it. And I do switch it up just a little bit, which you'll see. But here I have the hair sectioned out now, and I am just doing a really like rough twist so I can tie the hair off, as you can see. It's a really rough twist, but I'm tying it and sectioning it out because I still plan on doing more to the hair. So this is just kind of like more so me mapping out the placement. And we have moved to my legs instead of the desk because this is just how I work best, is by holding the doll in between my knees and working on her. So this is what we got today. This is really how I work on my dolls. And I really know I should probably get like a clamp or something to secure it on like a desk or a table, but I haven't done that yet. So I'm sorry if this is not the best way for me to show off how I style the hair, but it's what I'm working with today. And here I have sectioned out the left section of her hair to tie off and section into a twist as well. I'm trying to make this symmetrical, and actually, spoiler is I didn't pull enough hair on the left-hand side. So I sectioned out this twist, but then when I undo it, I actually add some more hair back into it just because this wasn't even to the right side. I don't show that part on camera and it might not make any sense, but I'm just explaining it here because when I remember doing this, I remember that I didn't pull enough hair on the left side. And I like things to be as symmetrical as possible. It's never going to be, you know, a perfect formula 100% of the time, and it's difficult, but I try my best. This twist is a little bit better than the one I did on the right-hand side, but it's still just a rough twist. It's not like permanent. And I'll explain more of the twisting process later on because I think, you know, it's a fine skill that takes time to get better at, but this is just me mapping out the hair. And then instead of doing pigtails like I had thought of earlier, I'm kind of doing just like a half up pigtail, kind of like Fearbook Twyla. Fearbook Twyla has a very similar hairstyle as this, so that's actually who I was drawing my inspiration from. I like this hairstyle. I do it a lot on my Rainbow High dolls, so we're gonna give it to Spectra today. I thought it was a little bit playful and a little bit more simple than doing full-on pigtails, so that's what I went with. And here I am sectioning out the hair. When I'm sectioning out the hair, I'm really only focusing on the hairline and the part line, and I'm trying to keep a lot of the hair on the head like not pulled back. So when I tie it back, there's minimal bald spots. Hopefully that makes sense, but that's just how I like to do it. And now I have the hair very taut. I'm going to tie it back with some elastic. This is permanent. This is a permanent tie. This isn't like a rough draft. So I'm trying to make sure this one looks clean. And I do this on the left side of the hair as well, but I don't show that off on camera. I just show you the right side, but it's the same process. Once again, trying to make sure that this is symmetrical on both sides and making sure that it's very neat. There it is. And now that I have tied the left and the right sides in this sort of like half up pigtail style, I am going to redo the twists so they are very neat and clean and precise. And let me explain how I do this. This is how I think it looks best, but it's totally up to you. I like it to be symmetrical, number one, but I'm working on the right side of her twists, the right side of her face, right? And I am twisting them left. So when you do twists, if you are twisting both sections left, you're going to wrap them clockwise. So here I'm twisting the hair left, right? Twist, twist, twist in a left direction. And then because of that, I'm going to wrap them in a clockwise motion. So you wrap them in the opposite direction you twist them. So because I twisted the hair left, I'm going to wrap them clockwise, which is right. And I keep my twists very, very tight, especially a twist like this where you're only tying it off on one end. Because the hair near Spectra's scalp isn't tied off, you really want it to be super tight. Because sometimes when you do twists, if you tie it off on both ends, like near the scalp and on the end of the hair, it keeps it pretty taut, right? But when you only tie the twist off on one end, you risk the twist getting undone if it's not tight enough. So I do my twists very, very tight, as you'll see, and then I'm wrapping the ends off with some elastic, and we are good to go. I'm going to do that same thing on the left side of Spectra's face now, but we're doing it in the opposite direction. So I have my two sections of hair. Now on the left side of the face, I'm going to twist the hair in a right motion, right? I'm going to twist it clockwise, the hair itself, so you can see there's the hair. I'm making sure it's taut, there's no flyaways, no stragglers. And then once it's nice and taut, I'm going to twist the hair right in a clockwise direction, both strands. And then once I have both strands twisted, I'm going to wrap them in a counterclockwise direction. So the rule of thumb is whichever direction you twist the hair, you're going to wrap it in the opposite direction. Hopefully that makes sense. I know it sounds confusing, and when I first learned how to do this, it was kind of confusing, but it's really not that bad. It's really not that bad. And once again, I like to keep my hair very taut when I'm doing this. That's just my preference, so I have a very tight twist. And I really am fixating on the hair near her face, that it looks clean, because that's the most visible part. And then once I finish doing both of these twists, I'm just going to tie them in the back of her head. Now, when this doll came in her default hairstyle, it was also secured with like a piece of hair in the back that it kind of was tied to. I don't really find the need to do that with this type of style. I'm just going to tie the twists together, and I'm not going to pull a separate strand as like an anchor piece. I like the anchor piece every now and then of hair, but for this hairstyle, I figured I didn't need it, so I just didn't include it. But her default hairstyle did have that anchor piece, so I want to mention that. And then once I tie these twists off together, voila, that's the hairstyle. It's very simple. I was debating about curling the hair, but I felt like it was going to look too like baby doll, kind of like Fearbook Twyla does. So I'll probably curl Fearbook Twyla's hair, but for today, I'm just going to keep this straight hair on Spectra. I think it looks nice, and this is just a slightly elevated hairstyle from her default look, but I think it's fun and it's different, and I like the way it turned out. So there's Spectra's hair. Okay, I'm all done working on my Spectra doll. I think she looks great. I just did a simple hair restyle. I feel like I talked a big game in the beginning of this video, like, come on, just restyle your doll's hair, like, have fun with it. And then the end results of this particular doll feel on the simpler side, but that's okay. That's okay. Not everything has to be the most intricate, out of the ordinary, never been done before hairstyle. Sometimes just sticking to the basics and executing them well that's good enough. And I think she looks good. I really like her hair pulled out of her face. I feel like it really shows off her cheekbones. So I'm really loving this hairstyle on her. And let me show her off real quick up close, since, you know, I was just restyling her. There she is. You can see the twists wrap around. They're tied off in the back. And then her little crown is kind of nuzzled underneath her twists, so it stays secure. I love this color blend once again. It is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So dynamic. And I think there's like 3 or 4 different colors in there. It is just gorgeous. And I love this hairstyle. It's very simple. The twists look really good up front. When I mentioned it earlier, I was talking about like making sure that this part looks good, because if that looks messy, that's like in the very front of her face, and you don't want that to look messy. And there is some volume to it. If you see her from like a profile, these do kind of puff a little bit just naturally, but they look good. I'm really happy with the way mine turned out. And like I said, the more you do twists and the more you just do doll hair, the better you're gonna get at these types of things. And sometimes the best way to get better is just by practicing and trying your best, being fearless, and not being afraid to like mess up or make mistakes. And that's how I've gotten better at hair, is just trial and error. And also with these dolls, like you can reverse engineer their hair. Like when you're taking their hair down, take some extra time to look at how the hair was done, how the hair was tied, how the twists were done. Sometimes that's the best way for me to learn too, is kind of like reverse engineering what was already done for me. Because sometimes you want to recreate it, and sometimes you just want to do your own thing. But there's always like knowledge to be found in these dolls, and I think that's amazing, right? I think that's a really fun aspect of this hobby. So there's my Spectra. I love her. She's stunning. And there she is with her backpack, her phone. She's holding her little mason jar. The skulette's not showing, but it's fine. She's cute. She's cute. And let me bring out the G1 doll so you can kind of compare and contrast real quick. Okay, she's a lot smaller. She looks shorter, but she's there. She's there. Okay, facially, you can tell there's a huge difference going on here. Like the eyes on the G3 doll are just huge, right? They're so big. Oh, she almost went flying. Oh my God. But G1 has a lot smaller eyes, as you can see. I actually kind of prefer the G1 makeup. I love the icy blue on the eyeshadow. The pink is cute, and it kind of does match the mason jar, funny enough, but I love the icy blue color. The lips are pretty similar. The purples are just slightly different. The brows on G1 are amazing. I mean, G1 is just gorgeous, but I actually think Spectra holds up to her G1 counterpart. She looks amazing. And she feels like, they feel like the same character in like 2 separate multiverses, which I think is super fun. I love both of these dolls. And even though the Spectra has poly, like I still slayed her hair. Like her hair still looks good for polypropylene. But yeah, there's both Spectras. The fashion is very different as well. The new Spectra for G3 is very, very monochromatic, which I think is just kind of what's trendy. But I don't mind G1, where it's a lot more pink and fuchsia. I think that's cool too. And I actually like that they feel different in that sense as far as their color scheme goes. And weirdly enough, here's the little potion figure for Spectra. Is she not giving G1 down? Like her dress is pink. Like even though she's a G3 product, she's kind of giving G1, funny enough, but she's meant to be G3 Spectra. And here are the Ruins real quick. They look so similar, and I love Ruin. This is one of my favorite pets. Probably second place to Julian. I still love Julian. And G3 Ruin actually sticks out compared to the other pets. Like, it doesn't really have a big head and small body like a lot of the other pets do. His head is still really small, but I love both Ruins. They're so cute. I love ferrets, and this concept is just beautiful. The ghost ferret and the tail is so wispy and smoky. It's just, I love that pet. And overall, I have nothing but positive things to say about Spectra today. I guess I'm a Spectra stan now. Like, I've never been the biggest fan of Spectra, but I don't know, she kind of eats. And I'm very excited to see if we get a second Spectra doll in G3, what she's going to be serving. I really like how quickly they're turning around and giving us new iterations of these characters. We just got our second Abby in Skulltimate Secrets Series 4. We're about to get our second Venus in Skulltimate Secrets Series 5. So I can't wait until we get our second Spectra to see what that looks like. But I'm also just overall excited to see more original characters come out of G3. Not original, but, you know, G3 debuts, I guess. Like Mousadis and Nephra and Howleen and Skelita. Like, I want to see more and more characters get introduced to G3, and I think they are really popular. I think they do well. So fingers crossed that we see more come 2025. But so far in 2024, with the additions of Venus, Catty, and now Spectra, no complaints on my end. I'm very happy with all these new dolls. I think they're so stunning and beautiful, and I'm just obsessed. So let me know down in the comments below if you have had the chance to pick up this Spectra doll. She's been out for some time now, so I'm a little late to the party, but I hope you people who want her have been able to find her and find a pretty one, because whew, that was a challenge. That was also very difficult. And even looking at mine more closely, is she perfect? I feel like this eye might be slightly bigger than this eye, but honestly, I don't care. I do not care. She's gorgeous in my eyes. And that is all I have to share with you today. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. My name is Eli. This is my channel, Draculasia. I would love if you stick around and subscribe so you can stay tuned for future content from me. I do lots of videos on dolls, Monster High, etc. And I've actually been making videos now for a year. I hit my year mark this past week, but I forgot to mention it. But yeah, I've been here now on YouTube for a whole year, which is kind of wild and crazy. I hope my channel can continue to grow and I can just keep improving upon my videos. That's my goal. So hopefully this next year is even better than the first. But I've just loved being here on YouTube and making videos and getting to be a part of this community. So thank you so much for watching. Okay, for real this time, that is all I have to share. My name is Eli. This is my channel, Draculasia. I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye-bye.